You understand me? Big 91 up in the building. Uh, it's gonna be the first of very, very many uh, streams that I'm gonna do where I like to introduce what I call Trill therapy. A lot of us walk through life without having the ability to like talk to anybody or express ourselves in meaningful ways or truthful ways without feeling the need or the resistance of trying to withhold things so that people will react to us a certain way, or keeping things to ourselves so that shit we can just maintain just as it is. So I'm gonna be talking to you. I'm gonna be talking to everybody like friends, and at some point in time I'm probably gonna invite some of my friends. At some point in time I'm probably gonna invite you, specifically the listeners, like to come and join me on this mission, come and join me on my show, express yourself to me and I'll express myself back. And, maybe we can create a dialogue and something that is meaningful for more than just us. A bit about myself, if you don't know anything about me. I'm 34. Uh, I haven't been streaming very long, but the little streams that I do have has been basically about games because I play the fuck out of some video games. I'm a rapper, but amongst being a rapper, I'm also an artist, an entrepreneur. I like to fancy myself to wear a lot of hats, and so I collect a lot of hats. I have a wife. I got 4 kids of various ages, and I'm a person just like any fucking body else. You know what I'm saying? I bleed the same blood. I drink the same water, and I fucking eat the same food. Maybe not specifically, but all of these things are true. So that's me in a nutshell. Um, I love to get to know you all as well, and hopefully we can all grow together. Um, Today, I'm gonna start with sort of a, I don't want to call it sensitive topic because everything I'm gonna touch on is gonna be a sensitive topic. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm pretty deep in I'm pretty deep individual. I don't really talk about surface things. I don't really indulge myself in bullshit. I normally cut straight to the fucking chase, cut straight to the fucking point in all regards. And we gonna fucking get to like the meat and potatoes of the stew, not the fucking juice. So, but today's topic, I was actually taking my wife to work this morning, and we talked about a lot of things, but one thing that stood out to me was something that I told her that I experienced at a younger age. An individual told me that 100% of a relationship doesn't come from a 50-50 partner split. 100% of a relationship comes from both people putting 100% of themselves into the relationship and sharing that. Because when somebody is lacking in any area, it's going to detract from the other person, which is going to eventually crumble the entire system. So if we bring in 50 and you bring in 50, if you taking part of my 50, I only got 40 now. You might got 60, but I only got 40. And eventually you might be at 100% and I'll be at 0. And then how can you fill me back up with something that you already took from me? You're gonna have to take from yourself. So to give me that 50 back, you're gonna have to take 50 of what I gave you back. But eventually, even in giving me that back, I'm gonna feel like I'm owed more. So I'm gonna take more from you, and vice versa. It's almost like a catch-22 or a revolving door that never stops spinning. So in order for two people to come together and give 100% of themselves into a relationship, they have to already be at 100% themselves. So that means they have to already be 100% taking care of themselves, 100% making sure that they're on their mission, on their path, mentally, spiritually, physically. They have to 100% be themselves, authenticity, their ability to be honest, to communicate. When we get into these relationships, especially me, I've been in some relationships that man, nigga, I don't know if we was 10, 20, nigga, we might have been 15%, 15%, nigga, we might have had 30% of a motherfucking relationship. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of it all, you know, the stronger force is gonna take from the weaker force. So I can honestly say I've been the person to take, you know, and it doesn't feel good. You know, it doesn't make me feel good to say that to people. You know, some people feel like, oh, well, I'm a dominant person and that's just how I am. But realistically, when you see the damage that you cause somebody and you care, you actually care. You know, it makes you look at yourself a certain kind of way, like you're the broken individual. And so many times I felt like I was the broken individual, when in reality, I just haven't grown into myself. I haven't become who I was becoming. I was just taking from the world when I felt like the world was taken from me. So, you know, like, I implore men and women, you know, not just anybody in specifically. I mean, I'm talking from a man's perspective, but I have daughters and I've raised grown ass kids, you know, and I would implore for my daughters and my son to never get into a situation and commit to a situation before you are committed to your own journey and your own path. Because a lot of the times we'll just run into people, and here's the thing, like, relationships usually are a equation that equals like person, proximity, and and characteristics. You know, like, person in the sense of like we're two people, proximity in the sense of we're two people who see each other on a almost day-to-day basis, and if not day-to-day basis, then more often than not we run into each other. And then lastly, you got characteristics. I like your characteristics, you like my characteristics, I think we should be together. You know, these are usually the relationships that we get in, and that's not always the best relationship for you. Sometimes that's just a friend. But you know, we get so attached to the feeling that this person gives us, or the us that we experience through this person, that we're like, oh no, I want to be like this all the time. But like, life ain't like that all the time. Shit ain't like that all the time. Shit, the motherfucker that you looking at that's like, oh, they bring this out of me, you not gonna be like that all the time, and they not gonna be like that all the time. So then what the fuck do you do when it ain't like that? And that's when people get into abusive relationships, unemotional relationships. They cheat on each other because all of that shit was fine and shit, until like you realize like people have layers, and underneath them is ingredients that you don't fucking like. You know what I'm saying? So I implore people in general to find what 100% of themselves looks like. What does that look like? What does it look like when you're on your path 100%? What does it look like when you're taking care of yourself 100%? When you're taking care of your dream 100%? When you're taking care of your body 100%? When you're taking care of everything that matters to you 100%? When you found yourself 100%? When you know who you are 100%? What does that look like? And then after you figured out what that looks like, then I would implore for you to like look around and see what kind of people are around you, and not just fall for infatuation to somebody's characteristics at a moment in time. Because we create these bonds, and of course we want love, and we say I love you, and that becomes a commitment. It becomes a commitment to another person, but it also becomes a commitment to ourselves. And then we say these words and we feel these feelings, and now we've made these commitments, but we also haven't committed to ourselves. And so one is going to take from the other. One commitment is going to take from the other. I'm committed to this person, but I also dot dot dot. For men, is usually I'm committed to this person, but I also find this bitch attractive, so I also want to fuck this bitch. I love you, bitch, but I also want to fuck this other bitch. I don't love this bitch, but I want to fuck this bitch. You understand what I'm saying? Because there is things that this person, this man that I'm specifically talking about, who hasn't addressed certain things. They're not 100% of themselves. You know, they still have growing to do. They still have lessons to learn. You understand? And of course, we're always going to have lessons to learn. But I'm talking about the lessons that bring you to your fullest you. You understand? Now, of course, like, some people can meet and they're not going to be 100% of themselves, but they know how to build each other up. That's special. You know, some people will call that life partnerships, soul partners, soul connections, things of that nature. People who feel like they've been together for more than one life. That's possible. Shit, in life, a lot of things are possible. But what I'm specifically addressing is the fact that a lot of people simply get into relationships based off of certain characteristics, and they aren't giving themselves fully because they don't know what themselves fully even is. You know? So that's my rant for today. That's my therapy for today, man. I'm gonna keep it short. I'm also gonna get into like some motivation and, you know, look at an inspiration of my own, Kanye West and shit. We're just gonna pick up the conversation from there. So let's see, man. Let's see. Let's pull this shit up and put it on, man. First thing first, you gotta bear with me because I ain't really like the best at doing this whole streaming shit, so this is like a lot for me to learn like on the fly. But here we are. Anyways, I am not gonna fucking watch this whole 14-minute video. It ain't happening. But I'm gonna get to a point in it, so let's start it.
Strategizing so much. Stop setting so many plays. Stop doing things only based in fear. You learn a lot from doing things perfect. You learn a lot from things that could be considered a mess up or a screw up. They say from a mistake, not an L, to the lesson. Like, the universe will assist you when you are acting in love. I tweeted this thing. I said, when you're acting in love, you're like a drop of water and you have the ocean as your army. When you act in fear, it's just you and your money. Yeah, you can take your money and put it in Bitcoin, put a credit form, put it in cash, or all your cash, and then stand up to the ocean. And who's gonna win? Take all your extra time out and put it towards your craft. You know, you can't just go to the movies and play basketball and do all these different things and still focus on that. If you're trying to break through, you gotta focus. Like, that's all you do. Because anybody that's out there doing, they know how hard it is to actually do. And I'm like a motivation of the doers. Like, you can actually physically do something yourself too, more than just praying. And we're so in this mentality that that's all that needs to happen, but we ain't praying our way out of prison.
I feel that. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I feel that on a deep level. Like, people put so much emphasis on faith and not enough emphasis on fear. You know, like, faith is only gonna get you so far without actually doing the fucking work, without actually showing up and telling this life and showing this life who you are and what you are meant to be, and then feeling that and like taking that energy and putting it into everything you do, which ties back into the 100% that I'm talking about. If you have this path that you see in your mind, but you're walking a totally different fucking way, that path is gonna call to you. And at some point in time, it's gonna throw off everything that you're walking towards, because that's your path. That's where you're meant to walk. Whether you wanna walk it or not, it's gonna drag you, you know? And like, fear is the reason why you don't wanna walk down the path. It's usually, and I can attest from my own perspective and my own idea of the situation, is like, it's usually because you don't want to fucking fail, or here's a big one, you don't want somebody talking about your ass. Whether there's somebody that you fuck with or somebody who you don't even fucking know. You don't want somebody having something bad to say because you feel like that makes you look a certain kind of way. It makes you look like a loser, or it's not accepted widely, you know? So let me break down something and then we'll get back to the video. No matter how the fuck you look, somebody not gonna fuck with you. If you don't know that, life is gonna teach you that like a motherfucker. And here's the kicker part. Here's the killer part. This motherfucker's gonna smile up in your face acting like they love everything that you fucking do and secretly don't fuck with you at all. Secretly turn right back around when you leave the room, look at the motherfucker next to him and be like, this motherfucker an idiot. That happens to you more often than you know. So just conforming to the idea of somebody else or conforming to their words, it puts you lower in percentage of yourself. And you need to be 100% of yourself in this life. Because you're going to be 100% dead in the fucking ground one day. We all are. So what the fuck are you waiting on? You know? Anyways, back to it.
We ain't praying our way out of the abortion clinics. We ain't praying our way to get our land back that was always ours after gentrification, after the Harlem Renaissance and Black Wall Street was burned to the ground. Them prayers ain't working. We have to apply actual physical building partnerships, and it don't start unless we could really be real with each other and say, this is what I did, this is what I did. But if everything I did failed, just the fact that I'm willing to fail is an inspiration. People are so scared to lose that they don't even try. And anyone that wants to sit around and talk, they're taking too much time talking about it instead of getting up off there and following their dreams, because I'm here to follow my dreams. Like, everybody gonna die eventually, but I'm gonna live my entire life with zero fear. Fear of a contract, fear of perception, fear of getting my black card denied. Fear. I'm not gonna jump in front of a train. Right. Be conscious. Right. You know. Ain't nobody finna tell me shit, call me shit, tell nobody around me shit, play with me, play with nobody around me. None of that. It's straight from Pink Polo. I got a chip on my shoulder. I'm a lawyer from Carlito's Way. You know, I'm fried at this point. Every label can be contract, but any type of phone calls, we number one. I always felt like I could do anything. That's the main thing people are controlled by. Thoughts, their perception of themselves. They're slowed down by their perception of themselves. If you're taught you can't do anything, you won't do anything. I was taught I could do everything. And I'm Kanye West at age 36. So just watch the next 10 years. It ain't that I feel like a slave. We are mentally enslaved. We enslaved to brands. We enslaved to like a bin symbol. We enslaved to chains. A woman is enslaved to the concept of diamonds are a girl's best friend. Like girls in London don't even wear engagement ring. That's all been programmed into us. When we born artists. We born free, and then we held down by society's perception of us. We just don't want to be embarrassed. And I took the opportunity to look as stupid as possible. I'm saying, when I was in Chicago and watched The Throne, I was going to change my outfit to some normal leather pants and stuff. And they tailored it. One was too tight, and the next one ripped on me. And I felt like God was like, nah, man, you can't be scared in Chicago because there's a bunch of gangsters and that's where you grew up. I want you to wear that kilt in Chicago. I want you to release that fear. I want you to show as an artist that you could create to the highest level. Go.
Man, bro. I know a lot of people do not fuck with Kanye West because of this, that, and the third. Everybody got their own motherfucking thing. And then there's people that do fuck with Kanye West. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of what the fuck. You know what I'm saying? And I just say all that to basically say, man, that man has inspired me in a way that I've rarely been inspired. Like most of the time I look at people and even trying to be different, like they're usually the same, but like that motherfucker actually did something different, and I can respect that shit. Went a way that nobody else went, and I can respect that shit and appreciate it. So outside of like the admiration and inspiration, like just hearing those words, like, nah, wear that shit around all them gangsters. Like, I come from the hood for real, you know what I'm saying? Like, some people just pretend to be hood. Some people just pretend to be their situation. But like, I come from a place where there have burglar bars on the windows, where houses have burned down, where every other house has some kind of drug addict in it, where the dogs will run rampant, where the bayou would fill up and the streets will flood. I come from a place that's not as similar as the things that I see everybody else come from. And so I know that my situation was a lot different, especially the longer and more I got into the world. I explain all of that to basically say, like, when you come from these places, it limits your thoughts, it limits your beliefs about who you can be, who you're allowed to be, who you will allow yourself to be. You know, like, shit, when I was a kid, man, like, I was playing Pokemon and like other kids didn't even have Pokemon. Like, my grandma had a little money, and so she would bless me with things that I would ask her for. You know, I mean, outside of like me stealing, because I done stole a lot of shit too, just to have it. But in this particular scenario, like, I had a Game Boy and I was playing Pokemon and I had the cards and shit, and like, motherfucking people in the neighborhood, like especially the older kids, it was like, oh, this nigga gay. He fucks with fucking trading cards. He playing trading cards. Like, they was smoking and trying to steal cars and breaking in people's houses, stealing shit. Like, and that wasn't what I was doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't participating in that kind of shit. I stayed to myself and I did my own fucking thing. Like, and for it, you know, nobody praised me because of that. Nobody said, oh, you're going against the grain, young man, you're gonna be fine. Like, all I got was ridicule, you know, to the point where like sticks and stones don't really fucking hurt me no more. You know, but subconsciously they did. Subconsciously it left a mark. Subconsciously I would always feel like if I was doing something too different around people who were so much more different than me, especially people who I felt like were older than me or in a position where they could do something to me, I wouldn't feel comfortable in my own skin and being who I was meant to be and doing the things that made me fucking happy. You know, a area of fear would always kind of turn my sunshiny fucking skies into gray ones, you know, and to the point where I existed in only gray clouds, you know. So I will say to that, like, if the number one thing that's holding you back, and maybe you can't see it, because I couldn't always see it, if the number one thing holding you back is how somebody else is gonna react to you being 100% authentic to yourself, then number one, you need to remove yourself from that environment. Because a lot of the times, a lot of the things that we going through and the things that affect us have mostly to do with where we are. And the world is a gigantic place. It's almost unimaginable how big the world is. And you have the option to get into a place where you feel comfortable and go to a place and be around people who make you feel comfortable. Now, if you're not in a position to do that, which I understand in more ways than one, you know, like, if you're not in a position to do that, then work towards that position. But number two, if those options don't exist, fuck everybody. Fuck everybody. Fuck what they gotta say. Fuck what you think they're gonna do to you. Fuck all that. Be you. Fuck them motherfuckers. Simply. I don't give a fuck if it's your mom. I don't give a fuck if it's your dad. I don't give a fuck if it's your grandma. I don't give a fuck if it's your kids. You owe it to yourself. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't love these people. And you shouldn't find the ability to forgive them. You definitely should. But if you're living a lie, the lie will only continue as long as you let it. So don't. Be 100% authentic. That's today's motherfucking topic. 100% authenticity. Motherfucking copyright your life and own that motherfucker, man. Back to the video.
Listen to all my music. It's the codes of self-esteem. It's the codes of who you are. If you're a Kanye West fan, you're not a fan of me, you're a fan of yourself. You will believe in yourself. I'm just the espresso. I'm just a shot in the morning to get you going. To make you believe that you can overcome that situation that you're dealing with all the time. I express to people also. People think a lot of my motivation is very like megalomaniac and self-oriented. To the contrary, completely. I just want to help. From day one, I just wanted to help. Like my father was a Black Panther. My father was a journalist. Like 7 years ago, he lived in a homeless shelter. Not because he was homeless, because he wanted to help the ex-drug addicts. He wanted to get that close. He started a foundation called Good Water and moved to the Dominican Republic to help with the prostitution, to help with the extortion, to help right there. He stays in the Dominican Republic right now. My mom was the first Black female chair of the English department. There is no award show, there's no amount of billboards, there's nothing that can define me or make me pass what my parents made me. And that's exactly who I am. I believe we're in the movie. I believe we're in the game. We're in like Grand Theft Auto. It's just too many things that align. And we can terraform. What we can do is be like, if your Grand Theft Auto character just started redesigning the world himself, like painting his own world. We have this opportunity to make life as fun as these second lives. But I wanted to take this step to say, we got this new thing called classism. It's racism's cousin. This is what we do to hold people back. This is what we do. And we got this other thing that's also been working for a long time where you don't have to be racist anymore. It's called self-hate. It works on itself. It's like real estate of racism. Where just like that, when someone comes up and says something like, I am a god, everybody says, who does he think he is? I just told you who I thought I was, a god.
This nigga, man. I love this nigga on a whole different level. Anyways, man, I'm not gonna sit here and just pick apart, Kanye's brain. He a different kind of individual, but shit, man. There's a lot to learn from that dude, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, at some point in time, like, whenever the criticism and all of the bullshit is over with, motherfuckers gonna get back to appreciating that nigga. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, to close this motherfucker out, I like to leave y'all with one little message, man. To make everything simple, especially motherfuckers who ain't gonna sit here for no 30 minutes to an hour watching me every day. Who's got the time? Be 100% of yourself. And give that 100% of yourself to somebody else who's willing to give 100% of themselves. You can't be 50-50 in a partnership, because even though it sounds like y'all have 100%, at the end you only have 50. So, yep. Be authentic. That's all I got for today. We're gonna get into some dope ass motherfucking freestyles, because of course a nigga like me, he rapping shit like that. And after that, man, shit, we gonna get the fuck up out of here, enjoy our lives, love our families, and keep it pushing. Yep.
91, 92, we was like the first ones to really freestyle on the screw tape. Me and Fat Pat, we was going hard freestyle on screw tape.
Alright.
We just put it down, man. Screws is like we went platinum underground on screws and all that. Not knowing that would help us later in the real value of sales in the stores and all that. All that really helped. Just laid out for that help.
I swear my biz until I wrecked.
Helped all of us.
Straight out Houston, Texas. I don't wear no necklace. I don't wear no chains. I whip it like a slave. Your boy is too range. Straight up off my brain. like I am Dolph. Hard, never soft. Straight up out that south from in her mouth. She gonna cough. She need the syrup. Yeah. And that's the word. Alright. I did my big one. So look, we gonna keep it going tomorrow, man. Holla at me around like, I don't know. I really gotta get a schedule together for this shit. But it's 9 times out of 10 gonna be some morning shit, man. Till then, I'm out. Later.